You are the icing on my cake. You are the smile I can't replace.
Hey everyone, I'm Mindy from Cute Girls Hairstyles. There's a photo that we saw that has been recently released of Prim from the new Catching Fire movie, and her hair, we thought it was so cool. So today I'm going to teach you a tutorial that we're calling the wraparound Prim braid that's of this picture. It's really great. So I've started by just putting some curls in her hair. You can see I just used a wand, really soft curls just to add a little texture. Okay, now we're gonna start by doing a deep left side part, and we're gonna pick up a little section of hair right here and start a lace braid. Now it's a Dutch lace braid, which means the stranding is gonna pop up off her head. And we're only going to pick up strands from one side, which is what makes it a lace braid, and I'm gonna be picking up from the side closest to her part line. So you can see I just added some hair in there, but on my left side, I don't add hair in. Now we're just gonna work this lace braid straight forward towards the front of her face at this point. And when we get closer to her forehead, you can see I'm still only adding in hair on one side. When we get just a little bit closer to her forehead, I'm going to begin to turn the braid ever so slightly so that it's going to make this nice little rounded sweep, a little arc towards her forehead. Let me turn her. Now I'm going to continue the lace braid till right here. Now at this point, because you have hair on this side and this side you need to pick up, I'm going to switch to a regular Dutch braid. So I'm going to go ahead and start adding hair in on both sides of the braid right now. And I'm going to just continue this nice arcing pattern, and it's going to just sweep over the top of her ear. You can see I'm just pulling hair in both sides, and the goal mostly is just to make sure that you have the hair picked up right there. Okay, and now that we have all of the hair gathered to her ear, you turn her again. Now I'm going to switch back to a lace braid. In the picture you can see that the braid kind of goes on like a 45-degree angle from one ear to the bottom of the other, but there's hair left down, so we don't want to pick up all the hair and put it into the braid, or we won't have the hair we need underneath. So now I'm going to only be adding hair in on the top strand. So I'm doing a lace braid again. And now remember, we're trying to kind of work at a 45-degree angle. So just sort of keep that in the back of your mind as you go. And now you can begin to see why those soft curls play in as they hang down below. Now remember, we're going to the bottom of her opposite ear, so I'm just trying to make sure that my braid's headed in the right direction. And we want to make sure we have all of this hair into the braid. So I'm going to make sure I grab all this last bit right here by her ear. And make sure you pull this little last piece pretty tight so it lays really snug against her head. And now we're going to finish it off with a regular braid. And when you get to the end, just secure it with an elastic. Now, you can see that this is very similar to a Katniss braid, and if you wanted to do a really fun version of this braid, pulling all of this hair up and into the braid would look great as well. So there's a second option for you if you don't want to leave hair down. Tuck that back, and there you go. You have the wraparound Prim braid. I think this looks so pretty. Let's spin her one more time. You can see the beautiful arc. Then a little bit of a 45 all the way down to the end. I think it's so cute. Love it, love it. Many of you guys have been asking us if our last two children are adopted, and they are in fact adopted. Now we have a story that I have written up. It was like basically my journal entries from the experience of adopting my son, and I'll put a link to it right here. You can check it out. It's a really touching story that I loved. I wrote it when he was born, and we've had such a positive response to it. But if you're interested in the story of how we got him, you can check it out here. And yes, I am writing my daughter's as well. It's still in process. So we hope you guys have loved this hairstyle, and we will see you guys later. Bye! Look at Sweet Pea. It's pretty sad when you're so tired you fall asleep eating lunch. And she's out.